Hello, Robbie Susan Chandler here from RobbieSusanCardsandCrafts.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who lives in Quincy, Florida, right outside Tallahassee, Florida. I hold classes in my home, and if you live in the area, I'd love for you to attend. So today, I have a card to share with you, but first, does your work area look like this? All your supplies just scattered everywhere. I want to show you a neat little thing that I am now selling, and it's called my Desktop Crafty Tool Caddy. Now let me show you. See all this stuff spread out here? Well, let's just start over here. We can put our Take Your Pick in one hole and our Wink Estelle in another one. And back here on the back, I've got 4 sheets of dimensionals, but it'll hold even more. And look, here's a spot for your glue. And then your tape runner can fit right here in the front. Now, before I put that in there, I want to show you my scissors. When I'm using them, I hate to have to keep pulling the lid on and off and on and off. So I'm going to pull this off, and my scissors fit right there. And I'm going to drop that down in there. Just keep up with it, and then I put my snail in there. And look, here's a little slot for our bone folder. And then I have a little slot here for my tweezers. And then here's a little hole for your poker. And then I just drop a ink pen down in that hole, or anything you want. And this is my ruler I like to keep up with, so I'm just going to stick it right here in the front for now. So there, look, everything that was just spread out all over the place is now in this little 4.5 by 3 inch little tool caddy. Isn't that the neatest thing? So if you're interested in one of these, just drop me a comment below and I'll tell you how you can get one. So now let's start on our card today. Today I'm sharing a masculine card with you, and I thought this is kind of a good one since I'm filming this in January. It's kind of got that little wintry look. And I'm going to start trying to do more masculine cards in my classes, because it seems like all we have are these little prissy frilly cards and nothing for the guys. But here's one for the guys, and you open it up and we have a little deer inside. And down in our area it's hunting season right now. And this says, "Hope your birthday is wonderful." Okay, so let's take a look at how we make this card. Alright, we start out with a card base, and this is basic gray, and it's 5.5 by 4.5. So that's our base. And so you could get 4 of these out of 1 sheet of paper. And then on top of that, from the, let me show you the paper I used, and these are the deer, and it's called Winter Meadow. And in this pack is also a sheet that has these blue trees on the back. But this is a pretty nice pack of paper. If you look, you can see, and here's the sheet that I used with the gray on the back. So this is called Winter Meadow, and you'll find it online. It's a carryover. Okay, so now I cut these strips, and they're 5 1/4 by 1, and I just adhere them down on each side like that. And I have one already done here. And then the middle section is this piece of basic gray, and it's 2 3/4 wide and 10.5 long, scored at 5.5. And you just fold it in half, and it's going to go right here in the middle. And let me find a piece. Here's the one I've done. And then on top of this piece, I have a piece of smoky slate that's 5 by 2.5 inches, and I embossed it with birchwood. So it goes right on the front here. And here's one I've done. And we're going to put that piece right here. Now inside I have a piece of basic white, and it is 2.5 by 5. And I stamped my sentiments there. And the deer came from Grassy Grove. And the Hope Your Birthday is Wonderful is from Hooray for Surprises. Now on the front, I'll go ahead and show you the one I used for you. It came from Layering Leaves, and it's this one right here. Alright, so this is our piece, and it goes inside, which I've already put one in there. So this piece goes on the front like that. Okay, now my circles, in fact, let's just go ahead and glue that down while I've got it here. Now my circles I cut with a new set. Let's see, I knew right where my glue was. That's one thing I like about the little caddy there. I know right where everything is. If you put it back in the little caddy, you don't have to hunt it. So this is a new set, and it's called Around It All dies, and they're interesting little dies. They're not perfectly round. They're kind of, I don't know, what do you want to call it? They're just kind of random circles and not perfect circles. So I cut one out of black, but what I did, I cut my middle. See, here's the big one I cut, and then I just took this one and cut the middle out, and that gave me my piece for the front, this one. So that's just cut out of basic black, and then this is the For You. So this is the front, well, this is the front piece. Now this piece was cut, and I'll show you here. The black piece was cut by 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then I just took the paper, this paper, and just found me the deer that I wanted. I used that one, and I just placed it on whichever deer I wanted to use. And there's 12 deer in a pack, so you just pick the one that you want and adhere it to your black piece. And see, here's where I cut my middle out, and just adhere that on top. So that's where I got this piece from. So let's glue this one down. What I did on this one, I just put a little glue at the top and at the bottom, because you don't want your glue out beyond the edges. And make sure you come up pretty high on this, because if you don't, you won't be able to get your For You on there. Okay, so like I said, I stamped the For You, and I used some scraps. I actually cut my circles from the middle of this part right here so that it would all match, and I put one on a black circle. And like I said, these are all cut from these dies. And let's just pop that one down here. All right. Nope, didn't get that one off. Here we go. There we go, right there. Okay, now this is the version I'm showing you today, but I want to show you another version. It's this one. Now this one, I took this die from In the Grove, and I just cut this part out of black, basic black, and adhered it on there, and then cut my circle out. So see, we have two different looks here. You can decide which one you like better, without the forest there, or with the forest. Now if you use the forest, the trees, you have to be careful where you cut your deer so you'll have room, otherwise he would be covered up. So anyway, I hope you like this card. I really do like it. I think it's a very good masculine card, and I hope you'll try to make this card. I have a link to the supplies below, and also to a free tutorial with the dimensions and the instructions. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and like my video. And until next time, happy crafting.